Since I've been messing around with biodegradable plastics recently, I thought I might do some controlled tests on different materials that I've got and just see how they fare. There's all sorts of allegedly biodegradable products out here. This one I think is actually an oxy-degradable bag made by a company called Ecomann. They don't say it's biodegradable, they just say it's degradable. There's a pillow pack here, biodegradable air cushion, not entirely sure what it's made of, Greenlight Products, it's probably a PLA material. I've got a selection of biodegradable bags here which say they're 100% biodegradable, Eco Green Products. This is probably a PLA base, and I've got some here from a company I know, and this claims to be okay for home composting, and I think this is actually a PB80 blended with a polylactic acid. They all feel a little bit different. I might test these by putting them in a plant pot or something and just see what happens, but I'm not convinced they're going to degrade very quickly. My main focus is going to be on the materials that I've already got. So what I did over the summer was I cut a little test mould, which is a pretty simple 3-cavity mould, just a 2-plate system, and this is replicating lollipop sticks. So I bought some lollipop sticks because I figured that's a fairly good control specimen. Basically it's cellulose, hemicellulose lignin. We know this is biodegradable in the environment under ambient conditions, but it does take a while. So I replicated the size of the lollipop sticks and moulded it in a few materials. There's a couple of other biodegradable materials I've found recently in my collection, got stuck on a shelf and forgotten about, but I haven't actually had a chance to mould those into test sticks yet, and I don't think they're going to be enormously different. I've tried to colour code these, so the polycaprolactone are white, and we've seen in previous videos that this stuff does degrade. I've got some polyvinyl alcohol here which is just clear. I don't even know if I'm going to bother testing this because I know that this will simply dissolve as soon as it gets wet, and I've tested this in the past and I know it does biodegrade. One that I will probably try is a blend of polycaprolactone and polyvinyl alcohol just to see how that goes. These didn't mould very well. It was a transitional bit when I was switching materials, but I thought I'd keep them and give them a go. I've got some polyhydroxy butanoate. This allegedly should go in ambient conditions. I think this is the Ecomann stuff that I've got lying around, which came over from Shenzhen many years ago. And then I've got a couple of polylactic acids. This is FKUR in Germany. They're one of their softer grades, F1110, and this is from Ecomann over in the Netherlands. This is a custom grade that was done last summer for a project I was working on, and this is one of their Caraton materials, which is basically PLA and thermoplastic starch. So I'm going to stick some of these in soil and note the date, and then in a few months' time we'll come back and have a look and see if or which of these have actually started to degrade. And this horrific potter's field is going to be my test setup. I've deliberately grabbed an old plant pot out of the yard which has had weeds and stuff growing in it, given it a good water. There are a few creepy crawlies running around in here, and the idea is I'm just going to evaluate these over the next few months and see what happens. So at the front I've got my test specimens, which are just pieces of wood, and they're basically lollipop sticks. So this is my cellulose control. I've then got some polycaprolactone, which I know will biodegrade. I've also got some polyhydroxy butanoate here, which I'm pretty sure is going to go. At the back here I've got some polyvinyl alcohol polycaprolactone mixed test sticks. They didn't mould very well, but I thought I'd put a few of them in just to see what's going to happen. We've then got some polylactic acid. This is the FKUR F1110, and the Caraton stuff, which is quite an interesting material because it's slightly elasticated, but I don't believe these are actually going to biodegrade. And then a mystery material at the back, which I didn't actually have a chance to run off any test sticks in just yet, so I'm just using some cable ties that I moulded with it. This is a material called Biotech Bioplast, made in Germany, as is the F110. I think there's the little trilobite running around. So basically keep this watered. I would like to test it outdoors, but I found in the past that the wildlife around here keeps stealing the sticks. I'm not entirely sure what's taking them, whether it's rodents or squirrels or possibly the birds, the crows and the magpies. I even get some deer roaming around here because over that side of the road it's basically fields and farmland from there out. So I get all sorts of exotic animals running around in here. Some more trilobites in there, little woodlice running around. So I can't put this outside, but I'm going to leave it on a windowsill so it gets a bit of sunshine as well, and just keep it watered, and we'll periodically come back and have a look if any of these are actually degrading in a semi-natural environment.